Hey guys, Adam from Peak Plastic Computers here, and in this video I'm going to talk you through how to optimize Call of Duty in particular before you're going to go live for a stream. This will also apply to a lot of other games, pretty much any other game there is out there, but this particular video is all about Call of Duty. And if you are streaming live on TikTok Live Studio or OBS or Twitch, whatever, a lot of this is going to apply to you, because what you want to do when you are live streaming is you want to make sure that your CPU has enough bandwidth theoretically to deal with all the programs that are running, so your studio programs, as well as the game. And these are some key things that you should do before going live. Okay, so the first thing that I would suggest, and it might seem really, really obvious, is close down things you're not going to use. So as you can see at the moment, I have got things like, well, you can't actually see, but believe it or not, I've got all sorts running. I've got Xbox app, I've got Microsoft Teams running, I've got Google Chrome, a lot. Close them all down and properly close them down. So click in your little system tray here, and if it's an app that you're not going to need for the stream, Spotify, for example, close it down, right click, exit, close. Because the more programs you have running, the more system resources are being utilized by them. So turn them off. If you're not going to need them for the stream, turn them off. Another thing that you should do is go into your Windows search bar, type in startup apps, have a look what is on startup on, because you will be shocked as you install programs, as you use your PC more and more, the amount of them that require startup. And actually want you to start them up. So go through these and review them to make sure that you need every single one of them, because if you don't, turn it off. That will honestly make a massive difference. One of the absolute killers is Google Chrome. If you're not using it, if you're not going to need it for the stream, turn it off and fully close it down. The amount of RAM that uses is quite astronomical, particularly if you have lots of tabs open. The next one is checking your power plan. Make sure your system is on the right power plan. If you literally go to the search button down here, type in the word power, you'll see a setting that says choose power plan. And you should be on either ultimate performance or high performance. That will make a massive difference. It allows your CPU and your GPU to get to its highest power levels, which in turn will give you better performance, assuming that your calling is correct. So if you're on balanced or if you're on power saver, change it to either high performance or ultimate performance. Next is your NVIDIA settings. So if you click down here in the system tray again, you'll see the NVIDIA if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. You can also do this on AMD as well. You can do this at a game level, but I have an NVIDIA machine. But if you right click on this symbol and choose NVIDIA control panel, and it will load up the NVIDIA control panel. From here, you want to go to manage 3D settings. And then what you can do at a global level, this is at a global level. If you go to program settings, you can set it actually at a program level. So you could choose different settings based on the particular application, whether it be OBS Studio or Call of Duty or whatever it might be. But at a global level, there's a few things that you want to change. And I'll scroll right down to the bottom, and you can change things like texture filtering, etc., etc. But the one that you definitely want to turn off are vertical sync. Turn that off. If you've got that on for any reason, get it off. Triple buffering, I also have that off. Shader cache size, set that to unlimited. Okay. And the thing that you really want to check is this power management. If you can leave all the others at default, but power management, make sure that that is set at prefer maximum performance. Once you've done that, you'll have an apply button down here. Click apply and save those changes. Next one, overlays. Overlays just suck performance. They really, really do. If you're not going to use them, or if you're only using one, turn any others off. So again, click out here on the little system tray, right click on the NVIDIA and click on NVIDIA app. NVIDIA app will load up. Also worth noting, it's always worthwhile updating your drivers. If you've got an update for your drivers available, install it, get them up and running and do that. But anyway, go into settings, NVIDIA overlay, turn that off. If you're not using it, turn it off. The same goes for Xbox Game Bar. If you type in Game Bar settings, you just type in Xbox, go to Game Bar settings, turn this off as well. That can make a big difference. There is also another one which catches a lot of people out, which is Discord. If you aren't using Discord, turn off the Discord overlay. You could have 3 overlays running. You may even have more if you've got things like certain headsets. They also like to install overlays. So go through your overlays, turn them off if you are not using them. Next one, TikTok Live Studio. Load up TikTok Live Studio, click on Go Live. Once you've gone there, click on the settings button in the top right-hand corner and go to live quality. Now, my system's absolutely fine at streaming, but if your system is struggling, change it from automatic and choose a dedicated. Everybody is happy with watching live streams at 1080p. 1080p 60 is locked at 60 frames per second, or 1080p. If your system is really struggling, stick it on 720p, okay? And then that will change these resolutions. If you're using an NVIDIA, make sure that you are using the NVIDIA H265 hardware codec, okay? Give that a go. Make sure that is all set up and you will have the right resolution, the right FPS. And if you really struggle, you can also change the bitrate of your video. But I would certainly go with 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second initially, and make sure you are using the H265 codec. Okay, once you've done all that, load into Call of Duty. I'm loaded up Call of Duty Black Ops 7 right now. Go over to Settings. Once you're in Settings, go to Graphics. When you're in Graphics, a lot of this is personal preference, but there's some key things. You can see I'm rocking an RTX 5070. Fantastic graphics card. I'm really, really impressed with it. But there's definitely some changes that you want to do. Make sure that you have set your resolution as the one that's native to your monitor. If you do have an NVIDIA card, I would suggest, if it's a higher spec one, put NVIDIA Reflex on low latency on and also boost. Turn off VSync on menus. Now, this is important. This is the main one, guys. If you remember one thing, frame rate. Everybody is obsessed with getting as many frames as they possibly can. However, if you're streaming, it's completely irrelevant and completely pointless. And if you've got it on unlimited, you have to bear in mind that your CPU is constantly trying to produce as many frames as it can, obviously working in tandem with your graphics card. But your viewers are only seeing 60 frames per second, so there is no point. And by doing that, your PC and your CPU in particular is going to struggle to render the stream and render everything. So go to frame rate, set it as custom, click on show more, and choose a frame rate which is lower than where you would normally be. Or, in my honest opinion, pick the frame rate that matches the refresh rate of your screen. So for me, I would set it at 200. I can't see more than 200 frames per second anyway. I've got a 200 hertz refresh rate screen. Set it as the refresh rate of your screen. If you are struggling and you've got, say, a 200 hertz refresh rate screen, but you are finding occasionally it glitches, set it at something lower. Maybe scroll it down and set it at maybe 150 or 140. But do not have it on unlimited. That is the biggest killer for when you're gaming and streaming at the same time. Set that at 200. Apply settings, you are good to go within Call of Duty. So, quick final checklist to keep this as short a video as I possibly can. Browsers closed. Unnecessary apps closed. Startup junk disabled. Windows power mode set to performance or ultra performance. NVIDIA control panel set to performance. Overlays all off, or at least the ones you're not using. Stream software, whether it be TikTok Live Studio or OBS, and make sure you're using the right encoding. So I didn't show you OBS because I am recording this on OBS, but make sure you go into settings in OBS and also set your encoder on that correct as well. Cap your frame rate in game. Ideally, cap it at the same refresh rate as your screen. If you're still struggling, cap it at something a little bit lower that you're still happy with. Once you've done that, this will make a massive difference to your live stream and you should be good to go. Better viewing for your audience and it will help you grow your channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. For more hints and tips, don't forget to follow Pink Plastic Computers. Thanks for watching.